prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as. Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD.
And this is Pain User.
We're both sitting here. We're in the dungeon slash broiler, and we're bringing you guys another game in this hot 90-degree San Francisco weather. It is so hot today.
I know it is. It has been hot for the last 2 days. Summer is officially here. This is not Game of Thrones, where winter is coming, summer is coming.
Indeed it is. And speaking about things getting hot, it is RaNgeD versus Ret. NRS RaNgeD versus Liquid Ret. Got to make sure you get those tags out there. This has been an incredible series so far. RaNgeD playing well in game one, not playing, well, he played well in game two, I think, but yeah, I think he played well in both games. It's just Ret played even better.
In game two, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ret, well, his micro was flawless in that situation where the Zealots were trying to work their way through the mineral line and take out drones while the Spine Crawler was on the way. Ret was blocking 3 different entry points at the same time, and he also put that Roach Warren up. Yeah. Surrounded one of those Zealots on the way out, and just amazing pressure micro from Ret. I mean, when you're under tons of pressure, he did not crack at all. He was cool as ice, and he just held it down, stopped the cheese, countered, did so much damage with the counter. And I think RaNgeD messed up a little bit there. He was a little bit off on his cannon timing. He needed those up way earlier.
Well, the thing is, he was committing to like a 2-gate attack, so it's really hard to get cannons out as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, he tried. He tried to do like, oh, crap, I didn't do damage with my Zealots, but I still have map control. Let me try to contain him with cannons now to keep those roaches away while I tech up and get stalkers out. That just didn't work out as expected. So, I really think both players played really, really well. I mean, God, I'm just thinking again about how he used those mineral stacks to defend against Zealots. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was very well played. So coming into this game 3, both players on an even footing here, and we do have a Nexus first from RaNgeD. Not too risky.
Ret is going for a secret hidden hatchery.
Yep, and he's probably going to take his natural pretty soon after that. So look for a quick double expand out of Ret here. I don't really mind this at all. It's a little bit risky. We do have a pylon going down at Ret's natural right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, RaNgeD probably going to think that he's got to assume that something's up. There's no gas down. There's only a pool. He can't think he's so smart and so creative that he blocked the natural for this long.
The infamous Just de Grun.
Although, I mean, you know, there aren't that many signs that would trigger that there is another expansion.
Yeah.
You know, he would know more than I, having played this matchup quite a bit, but that would probably trigger some thoughts in my mind about where he had been spending that extra money and what he had been up to, because you still don't see the hatchery going down and there is no gas. And it looks
he's
like
so
RaNgeD
smart.
is gonna scout it now.
Scout it.
I mean, he had to know that something was up. I mean, I was just talking about this, and it's kind of cool that he ended up scouting that, because that makes me look awesome. It doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes I'm sitting here talking
like
for
idiots.
5 minutes and I end up looking like an idiot. So he will find that out. Will he put a pylon on the high ground now that he knows about that expansion? He has an opportunity to do that. I don't know if Ret actually saw that probe.
Yeah, that's the real question here, is did he see the probe moving by the hatchery? Because the hatchery wasn't morphed at that time, and the hatchery's vision while it's morphing is very small. So if Ret saw the probe, then he would be able to pick it off, but it doesn't look like he does, because if he did see the probe, he would have sent the Zerglings down there.
I don't even know if RaNgeD saw the hatchery. I mean,
he absolutely
building.
Yeah,
he saw it building,
hatchery.
but I don't know if he's reacted to it yet. He hasn't made a decision, and he hasn't even clicked on that probe since. He hasn't gone back and checked it out. He hasn't made a pylon. I mean, he should definitely make a pylon. There's no two ways about that.
Oh,
and, oh my God.
No, he's gonna lose the probe. He could have snuck the pylon up there so long ago, like you were saying.
Although, if you look at the scouting queue on the Zergling from Ret, check it out. Ret's Zergling is scanning pretty much the entire main, so Ret probably would have found any kind of proxy pylon. He's on top of things, checking, making sure there are no proxy pylons going down, and back at the base of RaNgeD. We do have him taking his 3rd gas. He does have his
4th
cybernetics
gas.
core down. 4th gas coming as
Wow.
well. So we're
Could be
going
a
to see
Stargate.
something interesting out of RaNgeD here. I'm not sure exactly what. Probably a quick Stargate, possibly DT.
It could be, yeah. I was going to say that too, is either he's going to go for Stargate or he could go for DTs. RaNgeD's going to come in here with his lumbering... What is it called? Dirigible.
I don't know if we're going to make that one stick, dude.
People are all going to start calling it the dirigible now.
Maybe. The dirigibles?
Do us proud, guys. Do us proud. Anyways, the Overlord comes in here and it sees the double gas coming up at the natural. So Rhett may now think, okay, there's a lot of gas coming for the Protoss players. So he may be alerted to some any strange thing that may be happening. And he might be well prepared if RaNgeD decides to go for, you know, Stargate or whatever. And we'll see what happens. It looks like we have more gateways coming up. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe more gateways to come
more
after this.
sentries?
Possibly a Stargate. Well, he's definitely going to be getting quite a few
Ah,
sentries. There it is.
yeah,
We do have the
indeed.
Twilight Council on the way. Probably going to go ahead and tech up to DTs after that, or just a very quick, aggressive Blink Stalker build. He already has +1 on the way. You know, those +2 Blink Stalker builds, very common, and it looks like that is what we're going to see out of RaNgeD. I think, to be honest, he might just skip DTs altogether. This could just be a very aggressive Blink Stalker timing build here. If +2 gets researched immediately and possibly chronoed, then look to see this +2 Blink Stalker build. It is so effective. He does have to wait on the Twilight Council for that, and look at the timing on the
perfect
Twilight
timing,
Council.
man.
Absolutely perfect. Hopefully he grabs that upgrade. Very well thought out build. Liking it so far. Blink is on the way, and he will continue.
Yeah. Now Rhett needs to get his lair done, and in fact, it's 5 seconds away from finishing. And I would be very surprised if Rhett does not immediately morph an Overseer as soon as that lair is complete. Over at Rhett's main, you guys can see the lair just finishing. He's now getting the spawning pool upgrade, and really, Rhett has only 2 Zerglings and 2 Roaches. Just a testament to Rhett's playstyle. Macro hard, build units later. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's now making a lot of Roaches with the speed, missile weapons, and the, just missile weapons. So it looks like he's gearing up for the ground forces, but I don't think he's going to be too happy to see the massed Blink Stalkers that will be coming fairly soon.
Yeah, and it looks like RaNgeD is going to go ahead and get an Observer out of the Robo Bay.
I like that.
And he's going to use that more than likely to abuse the blink locations on this map. It will allow him to blink onto the high ground in specific locations, especially in mid and the main. You know, but it is a big investment for the Robo facility. It costs quite a bit. It's not necessarily something that he needs right now. Obviously, a little bit worried about burrowed roaches. That is probably the reasoning behind getting that early obs out.
Whoa.
And now that he's got to kill one building, and it looks like he's going to go with that gateway.
But he weakened the Cybercore first.
Yeah,
he
I
couldn't
mean,
make up his mind.
Just changing his mind there a little bit. Not sure exactly how he wants to make his exit.
Now he's making a second Cybercore anyways. So he's going to have 2 cores.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's a little bit confusing right
Yeah.
there. Probably
I think he
should've
might be
kept that
confusing
gateway.
himself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely should have kept that gateway.
Well, the thing is, he figured, you know, I'm going to push out, I'm not going to have a Cybercore for about 30 seconds, and I might need that to warp in more Stalkers. So maybe that was his thought process. Decides to cancel his gateway anyways, and now he's going to push out, throwing up the pylons. What Red needs to do here is pick off these pylons and pick off the probe. He can't allow these pylons to go up, because that is going to pretty much cut the reinforcement timing of the warp gate units immediately. RaNgeD is pushing up with a lot of Blink Stalkers with +2. Red has Roaches and Lings.
He has a huge squad of Roaches and Lings.
Yeah.
Hopefully RaNgeD doesn't just walk into this blindly. I don't think he knows that there are this many units waiting.
he has an
Actually,
obs,
yes,
yeah.
he does. He has an obs waiting above Rhett's army, so he knows exactly what's going on. I don't know that he has enough to engage here. This is super risky play from RaNgeD. Rhett going to be able to get a great flank here, coming in from all sides with all of his units, and RaNgeD forced to run here. He is going to sacrifice all of his sentries, and oh my god, RaNgeD taking a huge hit right now.
I would have loved to see RaNgeD right there, maybe warp some Stalkers on the high ground or use the Blink to get on the high ground. Remember, there are cliffs up here where RaNgeD could hop up there and be able to exploit the Roaches and the Hydras, but as it stands, he's lost every single sentry. That's the problem when you're moving out with Blink Stalkers and sentries, is you might blink and leave your sentries behind, and then you're gonna have a very bad day. Red here is gonna force the GG out of RaNgeD. What a brilliant play by Red, and wow, weird attack by RaNgeD.
What a weird ending to the series. I mean, you know, RaNgeD blinking all over the place in that last battle. Pretty much blinking everywhere but where he should have been blinking. You know, just a little bit of a missed micro right there. And a very quick ending to game 3. Very abrupt.
It was almost anticlimactic.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's your first plateau. You'd expect it to be a long one, but...
Well, you know, can't take anything away from Rhett. Intense macro game, just building up that army.
I think, but I don't know if he needed to GG either.
Who, RaNgeD?
I mean, yeah, he was really far behind, but he could have stuck it out. He was trouble.
But
Yeah,
no, I totally agree with you. We've had this conversation before. Players should just stick it out. Crazier stuff has happened. You can always sneak some DTs into an expo, kill all the drones, maybe even kill the hatchery if he's not ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, you can do things when you're behind, when you're at a deficit. You can use units like DTs, Banshees, burrowed Banelings, units with the potential to bring you back into the game when used properly. So that will do it. Rhett is going to be moving on to the losers bracket, round 2. What a game.
Yeah, indeed. What a game. And RaNgeD is out of this tournament. He played really, really well. I know a lot of people were looking for him to make it far, and indeed he has. I mean, to make it into the losers bracket of the round of 32 is no small feat.
To make it into the IPL period is no small feat. Yeah, those qualifying rounds had all of the top StarCraft players. I mean, everyone later on in the qualifying round, fantastic players.
Yeah, and RaNgeD actually played really, really well against Rhett. Remember in the first game?
Game 1 was very impressive.
Yeah, extremely impressive. Able to take a game off Rhett.
So that'll do it for this series, guys. If you guys enjoyed that, be sure and check out more at www.ign.com/IPL. Check out some of our social media as well in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Just click on one of those links. If you can't figure that out, be sure and go to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, justintv.com/IGNProLeague. Make sure to follow. And if you guys enjoyed our casts, be sure and check me out at www.twitter.com/PainUser and youtube.com/Rep.
And you guys can find more exhibition games on my YouTube channel, commentated by me at youtube.com/HDStarcraft. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. This is HD and PainUser, signing out.